Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Michael, aka Rickshaw, and you are nerding out with Rickshaw. You're also nerding out with.
Hey guys, my name is Fuzz.
And I am the producer, Toby.
The return of Mayhem Fest. Okay, so
Yeah.
Mayhem Fest is a festival that was kind of like when Warped Tour was around. Warped Tour was kind of like the scene, emo, screamo, and heavy bands. And then like Mayhem was the summer tour. That was the one that's like new metal bands and upcoming, heavy bands on top of that. So, the scene kid might go to Warped Tour, and the dirty, smelly metal kid, not saying that fucking, I'm just saying Warped Tour kids are smelly too. But the dirty, smelly metal kid might choose to go see Slipknot at Mayhem, as to where the emo kid might choose to go see A Day to Remember at Warped Tour. So whenever Warped Tour started dying off, at the same time Mayhem kind of died off too, because I believe it's some of the same investors and people that put on both festivals. And so now we just had the announcement of Mayhem Fest returning. Do you have there you go. There's the lineup. And I don't know. I haven't really paid attention to the reception of what's going on with this lineup, but I have been paying attention to the Bad Omens thing, which we'll talk about later. But what do you guys think about this return for Mayhem Fest?
Well, probably gonna suck because Parkway Drive's on
it. Okay.
Let's see.
We got Kitty.
That's dope. Suicide Silence was good. Throwdown. That's tight. I'm all about that.
I mean, as much as I am not a huge fan of August Burns Red anymore, it's still cool to see them on a lineup like this.
It dies today. That's all we need to say. It dies today.
Yeah,
that's it.
It dies today.
They should be headlining. They should be headlining that show.
I mean, also like the combo of like It Dies Today, Unearth, Throwdown. Those are like already pretty tight for like old school shit. After the Burial. Darkest Hours on there too.
Yeah. Dude. I mean, all in all, is that Architects? Yeah, I mean, that's a solid lineup, dude. Like, I don't much care for Parkway or Architects anymore, but it's still a solid lineup.
But I know this is Mayhem, but doesn't this seem more like a Sounds of the Underground lineup?
Kind of. I guess it's like nowadays it's hard to even say what is what, you know what I mean? Because I remember Mayhem being like bands like Slipknot, as to where bands like Slipknot only do Slipknot tours now. You know what I mean? Like, you can't even have them on Mayhem.
So I remember Mayhem one year was like Under Oath, Suicide Silence, and bands like Jungle Rot, which they stirred up a bunch of shit when they were on the tour. One of the last years that it happened, but there was just a weird mixture of bands for Mayhem, and now that you say it, Toby, it really did remind me like Mayhem turned into Sounds of the Underground because of the different bands in there, like because it was. I mean, we'll go back to it. Under Oath and Suicide Silence at the time were two completely different bands.
Yeah,
Under Oath was a very Christian band at the time. Suicide Silence, obviously they were not. And so like they would be, I thought it was cool that they were bringing bands like that together. And like, just, I thought it was a sick tour when it first started happening.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I mean, I remember I went to a Sounds of the Underground one time.
We were all at that one. All of us were there.
What was it? The Deftones Thrice? And then like Azalea Dying, because I went to that one. I think it was before me and you were even hanging out.
Oh, I was gonna say like it was before we were hanging out, but I went to one with Every Time I Die, Norma Jean, Madball, Poison the Well, Devil Driver, Guar, Lamb of God.
that was like whenever the Sounds of the Underground DVD came out.
That's the one
right?
I went to.
Yeah.
I have that DVD still. It's actually
Everybody's got
cool.
that DVD,
That
and it's
DVD's
so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But yeah,
I was
Go ahead.
zooming in on stuff. So it says one of the bands, Peyton Parrish, first ever West Coast show. August Burns Red is playing Constellations, and It Dies Today, first West Coast show in 10 plus years. Throwdown's first Cali show in 13 years. So, like, you know, they got a couple of cool things, I guess, for this lineup. First and, you know, first time in a long time kind of things. How much are tickets? Let's see. Oh, they're on sale soon. Never mind. I don't have that information.
yeah.
Maybe.
And this is only, you know, keep in mind too, this is only one show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they're bringing it back for a one shot, not a full US
I feel
run.
like if Warped Tour ever comes back, that's what it's going to be.
Yeah, I can
Remember,
see that.
remember a couple years ago they did Warped Tour and it was one show or like two shows. Which
Yeah.
honestly, I don't know why you wouldn't want to do that. Play the main cities and do a Mayhem festival in Dallas with the same lineup. I think that'd be sick.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess we're gonna see how it goes because that's the way shit is now.
Yeah,
You know?
with all the festivals just being so popular now, like Furnace Fest is dying out. You know, but you have all these festivals that have been going for years and years, and now it's kind of like a prestigious thing to play these festivals. It's kind of surprising that we haven't gotten the Warped Tour Festival, you know, set in one spot every year, and you go to
Yeah.
it. Now, I mean, we got Sick New World that's popped up. We've got When We Were
We
Young,
were young, yeah.
which is basically the equivalent of Warped Tour at this point.
Yeah.
But
That's
if it had
that's honestly, it's like the type of thing where like they're stupid for not using the Warped Tour name for something like that already. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So
Well, if I'm not mistaken, I think Franz is in that battle with what's his name, Kevin Lyman. Is that the Warped Tour
Yeah.
guy?
Yeah.
Him and Franz have been in talks for a while because Franz wants to bring back Warped Tour. He's been like trying to buy it or whatever, but you know,
Franz is always doing something though. That motherfucker's real weird about stuff. Do y'all not remember a couple years ago when he was posting on like Twitter and stuff like, "Hey, if you have old cell phones, I'll buy them." What the fuck does that mean, Franz? What are you doing with old
dude.
cell
what do you
phones?
do? What do you like, the pawn shop of metal or some shit?
oh, dude, guy's a millionaire. I mean,
He's
all
like,
the
you guys
bullshit-
got any old breakdowns laying around? Just send them to me.
Oh, dude, I partied with him when y'all were on tour with him a couple of times, and he was a hoot, dude. Like all the bullshit aside, you know, I don't know about any of that other stuff, but when I hung out with him, the dude was cool as shit.
Yeah, I mean, he's always been super cool and nice to me. It's that online mentality of like, yeah, I'm a gangster. It's just kind of like,
Hey,
why can't we be ourselves, guys?
he played Simpsons Tapped Out with me.
That's cool.
Pretty cool, man.
He would
What?
tap my little Simpsons city every once in a while.
Whoa, your little yellow butthole.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
But
no,
yeah, I don't know.
so it seems like with this festival, not to interrupt this
Yeah,
wonderful
go ahead.
conversation. So talking about all these festivals, it seems like what a lot of people are trying to do because festival run overseas is so huge. Slam Dunk, you know, Bloodstock, all the big festivals over there, and it seems like people are trying to make that happen in America now and make festivals more of a thing here because they've been trying for years. You know, Blue Ridge, obviously all the drama that happened with Blue Ridge, that's never going to happen again, and Furnace going away again. Like they're really, really, I feel like trying to make this festival thing stick here in America to kind of keep up with stuff over there because you know there's only bands that do the festival run every year in America. Like there's bands that won't play shows in America, but they go do the festival run every year overseas.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what they're trying to do here in America with all these festivals popping up.
I just don't. It's just not ever gonna stick here in America because, you know, like and honestly, in Europe, you literally have fans that are so dedicated to music. They're going there, camping out, watching the show from beginning to end. You know what I mean? Like buying all of your shirts. And it's like you're never going to have that in America because in America it's fickle. Like I mean obviously the economy sucks, but like the fans themselves are so fickle that they're they're gonna bitch you out if you don't come to their city. They're gonna bitch you out if they don't have a shirt that
no Dallas dates, no Dallas dates.
yeah. Like they're gonna go online and they're gonna be like, "Your shirt suck. You're my favorite band. You could at least print better shirts." You know what I mean? Like, and like that mentality is like all American. You know what I mean? So
it's all American, and you know what? That's why a bunch of bands from here don't like touring here anymore.
Yeah,
and like there's certain bands that because of shit like that they don't even have an American merch store. They have an overseas merch store. Like because people suck and they're so fucking privileged here. They're like, "Oh, why don't you come to our city?" You obviously don't know anything about music because the guy that I paid the booking agent that I used to pay, he books this stuff. I have nothing to do with it. I literally have no say in what happens. And the fact that people still can't figure that out blows my fucking mind.
But another thing too is like when you pay attention to that, whenever I was in I Wrestled a Bear once, we would see these comments that would roll in and they would be like, "Oh," like as soon as you announce a tour, they're like, "Oh, fuck you, man. You're not even coming to my city." And we would go and see those comments, and it would happen like at least a couple of times a week. And we'd see the comment and we'd be like, "Bro, we're playing your city 2 days from now. Come to the show." "Oh, man, I can't make it." Hey, you're bitching us out in comments about not coming to your city. We just played there like 2 days ago. "Oh, man, why didn't you tell me sooner?" What? Like it's my job to personally go onto these sites and remind you to come to the show. You know what I mean? Like it's just it's wild to me how the internet has made that happen. Like
for a long time, I got rid of social media, but I made a Facebook page just to follow all the bands that I liked, just so I could know when shit was getting released, because otherwise you don't know, especially like the music we jam. So like I was like, I have to have this page just so I know like what's coming out and stuff. But I was gonna say like I hate festivals. I've gotten to the point where I don't want to do festivals anymore. In fact,
where did you go?
Last weekend.
Skip a festival last week. Where did you go?
Last weekend, I could have went an hour to see a bunch of great bands that I love, but I drove 4.5 hours to a different venue to see the one band that was going to be at that festival, just to avoid the fucking festival. And I had such a blast. I had such a great time in a venue, and I would drive that 4 hours every time instead of go to the fucking So What festival.
And die in the heat in Texas.
Heat. And you know what? I think I'm not sure, but if I did the math right, I think He Is Legend may have gotten rained out.
Yeah, a lot of the bands got rained out. They pushed it all back, and some of the bands got rained out. So it's a win.
Yeah, no, yeah. So like, I made the right choice for for gambling it, and I had more fun, I think. Plus, I got to see Rickshaw play.
You got to see your boy play, and that's like pretty
good thing He Is Legend picked that show up. You know what I mean? God,
I got to see the Chain of Confidence. It was awesome.
Hell yeah, the Chain of Confidence, baby. It's like fucking Goliath or David's hair or whoever. Samson's hair. There we go.
Yeah.
That chain is like Samson's hair, dog.
Hell yeah, dude. It gives me the presence of 1,000 vocalists. You know what I mean?
Oh shit!
It's like armor in a game. It gives you more charisma and stuff like that. Stealth.
Power up. I put it on and I got little abs, not big abs, little abs. You know what I mean?
I feel that. I get you, dude.
Yeah, it makes my butt cheeks grow one size. You know what I mean?
That is one thing that festivals. Like I used to love festivals. Warped Tour was one of my favorite summer traditions every year.
We were young and poor,
but it was still I still went after I was young and poor. Like when
That's
I was at the last Warped Tour. You know what I'm saying? Like
tradition, though,
it
at
just,
that point.
it was exactly, and that's the thing. Like even if it was bands that I didn't want to play, or even if it was when I didn't have when I didn't know anybody on the tour to guest list me, I would still go buy a ticket because I wanted to go to Warped Tour. Like now we went to Sick New World 2 years ago, and it was like, why the fuck are we doing this? What? Why? Vegas is great. I smoked 6 packs of cigarettes in the 4 days I was there. But why am I in Vegas for this? It was hot. It was miserable. I can't stand on my fat ass fucking feet that long anymore. Like, what the fuck is wrong with me? And now I don't even want, like, my buddy's asking, hey, Jabe was like, hey, you guys, who wants to go to Furnace? I don't want to stand on my feet. That lineup is insane. But I don't want to stand on my feet that fucking long.
100%. 100%.
I don't know. I've gotten to a point where like I want to go on vacation to like do normal people things and not stand at a venue outside and wait 17 hours for a 30-minute set. You know what I mean? Like,
I was just in Florida and I drank hundreds of beers on a beach. That's what I fucking did for vacation.
Yeah. And then sometimes too, like you could trek all the way out there, stand out there all day and be like, they have to play this song. They have to. And then they're like, good night. And you're like, wow, they didn't play the song.
Maybe an encore? Maybe an encore. Oh, wait, they're definitely unhooking.
Or your
everything.
wife passes out because of the heat.
Yeah.
And you have to leave during when you waited all day and all your favorite bands are fixing to play, and one of your favorite band of all time is playing on the stage when she passes out. And
Korn.
No, Incubus. Incubus was on stage when she passed out, which obviously I'm more concerned about my wife than the show at that point. But like, I don't want to go to a show if my wife's gonna fucking pass out, or I'm gonna pass. Like, who wants to do that?
Yeah.
If I hear a band say, "Everybody take a step back, it's too hot," why are we there? Why are we there? It's too hot. Fuck that shit.
You know,
Just can't do it anymore.
It's also crazy though the amount of like people that are just in the mainstream that don't know any better, right? So they're just like, you know, oh yeah, I paid $800 to see Megan Thee Stallion and sit in like the like the 150th row upward to see, I'm bringing my binoculars and there's a pillar in front of me. It's like, and you paid that much money, and I'm like, I just paid actually, I played for free. I was on the show and I got to open for one of my favorite bands, and tickets were $25. You know what I mean? So it's just like some people don't know any better, and they're just like, "Wow, you guys got to see your favorite band in like a 500 cap room? Like what? That happens places?" And it's like, well, fuck. Like, I wish everyone could see their favorite band in a place that small. You know what I mean? Like, because like going and sitting in a seat at a stadium is not shit compared to standing in a small room. You know what I mean? But anyways, guys, thanks for joining us. We usually do this on Thursdays. Today we did it a little bit early. I think that we're going to try and start around 6 on a normal basis if everybody is down with it. We were missing
a basketball game to watch.
Today we're missing Rabbit also, and because he was sick, sick.
Oh, tummy hurts.
So sick, dude. But also, we're gonna have some guests on. I have some artists lined up soon, and we'll just have them on the show, and maybe we'll talk about a little bit about what they do, if they're a musician or if they have their own YouTube or podcast. But then we'll still get into our antics as usual.
That'll be fun.
So, but yeah, Toby, tell them a bit about your show.
Oh, well, my little show is called the Secret Levels Podcast. It's a retro video game review show where we go over one game per episode. We go over the history, the story, the gameplay, some fun facts, and we let you know if it's still worth playing at the end. I also stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/TobyVonDoom. I play the games that we're going to be reviewing on the show, and you can see me get very angry at games that are 20 and 30 years old. It's a good time, so come follow me.
Sounds like a hoot.
It is a hoot and a half. Fuzz.
I was looking at my phone. Hey guys, I'm in a band called Terminated. Abbott and I are both in the band. We've got 2 singles out on Spotify. Hopefully, we are recording new music soon. We have a show coming up June 15th in Haltom Theater. Come check it out. Should be a fun lineup. You say what's up?
I am Michael, a.k.a. Rickshaw, and you are Nerding Out with Rickshaw. If you like what you see here, please go and add us up on all audio listening platforms, such as Spotify, Apple Music, and such. We also have all these social medias that you see on the screen right now. Add us up, and then, hit us up and be like, I love Ronnie Radke. Don't you talk about my man like that. And then I'll get in there and be like, I'm sorry, baby. You love me too. And then also I play in a band, and the band is called Never Rest, and we are playing shows. We actually just put out a new video, so go over to Never Rest YouTube channel and check out the video. And, if you're somebody that's important, book us up. Give us a shout out. All that jazz. Do you have that new logo? You got that new song?
I don't.
Toby?
I got a preview of the old one. I haven't grabbed the new one yet. So here's a preview of
good.
the older song, the older video, Burdens.
Oh, yeah, let's hear it. Coolio. Anyways, yeah, add us up on all that stuff, and add the band, add Nerding Out, add Toby's stuff, add Terminated. Be friends with us, promote us. We like doing fun things, and it would be nice if y'all liked to join us in those things. But either way, we will eventually probably take our own lives.
No, we won't.
Hey, speak for yourself, Fuzz. Anyways, guys, thanks for joining us, and we will see you later, nerds.